The solar plexus chakra, so that's your first card out. So that is about strengthening, standing your ground, listening to your gut instinct, and not closing off to spiritual references and information. Also strengthening the physical body in the gut area, and this can be actual needing physical strength so that you can walk or run or jog or hold your body high and firm, but it could be within the inside structure of your body. So we could be talking about the stomach, intestines, that part as well, also the liver or gallbladder. So some of you may need that clearing, you may need it opening, you may have autoimmune issues like celiac disease or irritable bowel syndrome. These may need looking into, or may need cleaning or clearing, or utilizing a holistic approach with different modalities to clear them. You can meditate with the yellows, wear the yellow, eat yellow foods, and do certain exercises, of course, to strengthen that area of the body. So then we have the Two of Swords out, which is procrastination and thinking about which way do you want to go on a certain subject. So sometimes this can also mean there are offers going on, like you might be able to go this way or that way, left or right, up or down, and you can't make up your mind about what way you're actually going. Now, given it's the swords and it's about communication, it can sometimes be about written communication or documents or signing something, forming it as in contracts or legal obligations. So that could be tied into selling or buying a home or property or business. It could be tied into divorce settlements or litigations. It could be tied into careers and job offers and signing up for things along those lines. We also got popping out next in line was the throat chakra. And of course the throat chakra is just under here in this part. So it talks to us a lot about communication and being able to openly communicate, knowing the right time to speak up and be heard and not be afraid of standing your ground. And I think that's coming up a little bit for some of you, whether you've got challenges about how you represent yourself or someone is challenging you, which is what I feel it might be for some of you. So you need to perhaps have something in place about how you feel you're going to represent yourself, or how you want to be heard, or why you feel your side of the story is worthwhile or presentable. This solar plexus may also play a role in here, in as much it could be saying firm up and become strong again. So something about regaining strength and speaking your voice, not letting mental conflict worry you, or this could be anxiety or fears or depression or feeling anxious or trapped in a situation or in a representation. So there's a lot in here that's telling me to stand up and be strong, to regain your strength, to make sure you communicate something very clearly to someone, to speak your truth, but to do it in a way that retains some form of overall strength for the whole picture, for the whole part of you. And this is also about your gut strength and your intuitive psychic strength. So tune into that as well, and you will find answers that will give you support here. So let's see a little bit more. Some of you may feel things in your head. You may have head pains or headaches as well. And some of you might have a lot of ideas going on, and that's why you can't necessarily make this decision, and you might be procrastinating about, do I take it? Do I do it? Do I say this? Do I go there? You know, a whole lot of stuff. Exactly. Well, we've just been talking about it, so it's telling you even more. So when you get two cards that are saying you've got these decisions you're making and you can't necessarily decide what to do, choose wisely. There are some options out there that are not suited for you, and you need to really connect with this to make your gut instinct, firm that up and really crank it into action before you make this decision. Because if you're already having indecision about the choices you're making, then they probably aren't right. If it feels really good and you know it in your intuitive being, and you've done all your due diligence and you've worked everything out properly and you've communicated it well, then that will be the choice to make. Yeah, be careful, because there seem to be a lot of choices for you in very many different ways. So, and it could be love, it could be relationships, it could be career opportunities, health modalities. There's all sorts of things here going on. The base chakra now. So you've got 3 chakra cards out. I think someone else had this, and I'm not sure, was it Aquarius maybe? They had 4. These are telling you that either the body needs activating, these portals need opening, they need balancing, or they need to be listened to, stimulated. These are the seats of energy fields in the body and in the spiritual body as well. So some of these may be sending you messages, but you're not firmly listening or open to them yet. For some of you, you may have had body pains, and in these particular areas. So the base chakra is down by the hips, thighs and buttocks, which connects with the solar plexus, especially in terms of things like diet. So some of you may be going through some sort of physical health issues that need to be opened up, moved on, energized, and this may be coming. It might be a cycle of initiation, of cleaning, of awareness of happening. This one is a strange card. It's popped out in so many readings, and I'm thinking, what is it trying to tell us all? I'm hoping it's saying we actually finally rejoice in celebration at the virus, which may be blown away finally as April comes around and through, and we would be celebrating that. It's also about communities and being in a community and knowing that there is support and nourishment for you. Sometimes it's the sisterhood card about 3 women showing support for each other. People getting together, communicating and celebrating. Sometimes an engagement or a 21st or an anniversary. Success in some means. And it's also a happy, bubbly, vibrant card. So I'm not sure what it's trying to say. It has come out so much. This one, the shadow self, I think a lot of this in the background, these choices that are going on, and these solar plexus cards that have come out, and you notice this yellow and blue. Yellow, blue. So there's something in here that's really tied in with you, with yourself, with the shadow self. It's interesting because it depends how deep we want to go. I'm just dropping this one off for now because I'm thinking these are much more in tune with the whole shadow card, just from a colour palette perspective. But this is the moon card, right? So the moon often is tied into cycles of the moon. So this could be coming up for the next lot of eclipses, which start in June. It could also be the new moons coming, that you might get this activation or awareness or intuitiveness or spirituality or awakening. It's very much about our emotions and the feminine part of us. It's about understanding the true who we are, because this is one person here. You might not be able to see the other guy. He's often in this shadow. But it's just him. And they've come together. They have managed to integrate the shadow side, or the side that we've lost or been afraid of. So there's a coming together of different aspects of you. And for some of you, this is very deep because of the timeline that we're in. There's a lot of karmic work being done. And it's a very intense subject matter, and it's going back for some people over many, many lifetimes. And it's like generational DNA and cellular work that's being signed off because you've been through the karma, you've been through the process in the here and now. And for some of you, it may have affected these chakra points in the body. And it's almost like, because they're ready to come back now into alignment and be activated and all fully work. It's as if there's been some, for some of you, it's not going to be for all of you, but some karmic debt paid off, done and dusted, and the threads of your soul that were out. So your soul, often we have pieces of our soul that are missing in various places doing work, and this is often tied in with karmic work. So as those shards, if you like, of soul fragments come back, they allow us to be reintegrated into the whole, and then more and more of our physical or spiritual body is healed, and we are able to begin to work again as a whole. So that's the message for some of you, and that's what could be going on in the background. The shadow can mean at a more physical and literal level that there are things going on at night, undercover. There can be 3 people involved. Sometimes this card can turn up when there are affairs going on, which might be what this Choose Wisely card is about. And it could be why there could be mental conflict. And it might be why I said at the very beginning, stand your ground if something comes up and there are some sort of face-offs. So Choose Wisely, I think, will be very apt as well. Just one more card here for Aries from this deck for April. Ooh, boom. Probably 2 of the most potent cards in the deck. The Magician and the World. When you combine these 2 together, I don't know. Wow, yes, it's given me the answer of this. And note how blue and kind of dark and cosmic-y they all are. But they're all in the cosmos. The moon is up in the celestial realm. This all swirling around at the top of his head is the origins of celestial events. It's where you begin. It's where you come in life as a star seed energy. And this universe card is also about the star energy and the cosmos and the whole lifetime expansive of your life, of your soul's journey. And this is awareness and the world or the universe. So something magical or powerful is taking place for a lot of you at a level where I do believe you've had some karmic paybacks or karmic sign-offs at some high level, and parts of your soul are reintegrating. So some of you may feel full or whole again. You may feel free. You may feel a degree of freedom. This is the Magician, awareness, awakening. There's a burning here at the top of your crown chakra. Cosmic knowledge might be coming in. For some of you, this is the potentiality to become massive cosmic energy receivers of information, downloads of incredible knowledge, ability to become healers, understanding that a cycle of your life has come to a full evolution and parts of the universe or the cosmos are reconnecting with you. There's also magic opportunities in many other aspects of your life. Your knowledge and understanding is being put to good use at this point in time as well. It's a very powerful reading. I think it goes very deep. Some of you may not connect with the depth of it, and that's fine. These cards might mean more on a day-to-day aspect than, a full-on deep thing that's going on in the background. So take it however perspective it feels for you, whether it's a really deep, deep connective one or whether it's a more light and in the here and now one. But wow, yeah, amazing cards that have arrived. So let's see a couple from here. This is for Aries. What have you got for them from this deck? Not much by the looks. Seems as though most of the messages were coming from those first cards that we drew upon. And I mean, look, I could go into much more depth about messages and meanings that were coming to me, but this is a general reading, so you can't just keep going on and on and on per se. You sort of tend to just stop it. So, hello from heaven. Your loved ones in the spirit world want to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They know you've been thinking of them, and they're sending you signs and symbols to show you how much they love you, to prove they're with you at this time. Now, I'm pretty sure we mentioned this synchronicity. These type of events from the spirit realm can be very synchronistic. So there's coins, red flowers, butterflies, feathers, dragonflies. They may all be signs or symbols of someone that you have lost who is in the spirit world, who was just wanting to let you know that they're with you. I also see the hands sort of coming down over this third eye area. So you might receive messages via dreams and just spiritual energies around you. You may feel them like orbs, light beings, things like that as well. So keep an eye out and be aware of the activations from the celestial and spirit realm. One more for Aries here. Oops, that's quite a few. Oh, a child's love. Love between a parent and child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as part of us, and from their first cries they establish themselves as the biggest part of our hearts. And they sure do. And our hearts are forever nurtured and grown and enlarged, and the capacity to feel love and protection and joy and bliss through a child is very, very special. So some of you have a child's love around you, and it may be a child that is not here in the here and now. But for others of you who do have the children here, this is just a remembrance that bringing them into this world is a special joy and love. Imagine yourself as a being composed of energy and light, because in reality that's precisely what you are. You are a powerful being, and people are attracted to your brilliance. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. And I get the message beyond that says shine, and shine your light brightly. Stay connected. I think that's important at this present point in time in the physical here and now. And of course, this message is a little bit more about spirit. So you're definitely getting messages from the from the spiritual realm about passed over loved ones or spiritual connections and messages as well. So with such a big reading, let's just pull one of the light card, the light keepers for you. Who is coming in for Aries for April as a light keeper? Master Buddha, increased awareness. I think we've seen that as well. Deep connection and trust your inner voice. That beautiful Om symbol emanating from the heart. And again, the activation of the third eye and this knowledge coming in through the crown chakra in the way of cellular DNA. So a very powerful way for you guys to end this beautiful reading with Master Buddha and increased awareness. And I've said that I felt you were getting this increased awareness, and that's beautiful. Boom. The two have the same words on them. And when you get messages like that double up, then they're even more powerful and more potent. And this being the magician is about magic and awareness and all sorts of possibilities that can take place. And again, he has this activational portal around the top of his head, as does the Buddha. And we know what Buddha or Buddha is. It's enlightenment. So yeah, there's plenty coming, and that's why I said that I felt that it was a very deep reading, and I just didn't want to push it too hard in a public reading like this. We just keep it fairly light. But for all of those who are interested in the energies of the Buddha, you know, just the philosophies of peace and calm and harmony and the emanation of love and light, peace, I think are some of the main spiritual activations that come from there. Then utilize that in this month of when we are locked down a little bit and on our own, and focus on the messages coming from this.